Hello everyone and welcome to the HIP Kitchen. Today we are doing Greek sheet pan chicken. So the goal of today is it's about a 40-minute recipe. We're going to have the video running continuously. We'll do a couple of different cuts, so if you don't want to watch for 40 minutes, we get it. But we'll have that available if you want to see that we actually did this. So our goal is to get this 40-minute recipe done in 30 minutes with a couple hacks and tricks so that we can make a healthy meal at home, but in a short period of time without having to go and pick up food from the grocery store. So we have a number of different people here with us. So again, I'm Nick. This is
Shelby. Hi.
Kelsey.
Medina.
Medina's going to be sort of our behind-the-scenes filming and getting some extra pictures. So she'll be in and out as we go along. Shelby and I are going to do a challenge to see who can do this. I really enjoy cooking. I do a lot of it here at home. Shelby, not so much.
No, I enjoy cooking chicken fingers and craft dinner.
There we go. Perfect. So we're going to see how this is going to go. The recipe that we're creating, well, it's obviously going to be posted here on in the vlog here. But we're going to split the recipe into two, so I'll be cooking one half and Shelby will cook the other half, so we can actually see what it would be like if you were on your own having to cook this recipe. So the goal is to create this sheet pan chicken, have a cucumber and tomato and onion salad, and then some Greek pitas on the side. Okay. All right, so Shelby, or Kelsey, you're our dietitian.
Yeah.
Anything that we should be thinking or knowing about this meal as we go forward, or I guess what makes this more of a balanced meal?
So what I really like about this recipe is that it's kind of pretty standard following like the new version of Canada's Food Guide that just came out this week. So you have like your vegetable component, you also have like a protein, which is your chicken. The recipe calls for potatoes, so that's kind of like your starch. We also, but to add kind of like a bit more grains in there, we also have some Greek pitas as well that I think we're going to use. So yeah, it's a good combination. We have some dairy as well with the feta cheese, so it's just a good combination of all the nutrients you would kind of need in one meal. So.
All right, now, and one of the biggest complaints, you know, as a psychologist, when we're talking about nutrition with either athletes or other clients, one of the biggest, you know, complaints and challenges I always hear is they never have time. It's always more convenient to go out and eat food, and really, you know, and myself included, sometimes we're guilty of that as well. But realistically, by the time I get in the car, go to wherever it is I'm going to pick up the food and get back, I probably could have this meal done.
Yeah.
Right? One of the biggest things I find, or that I suggest people, whether it be with schoolwork or cooking, is that trying to get organized ahead of time. So that's what we're going to sort of do here. Medina's going to be throwing us the ingredients as we go along. Shelby and I will start kind of getting things organized. Again, we are not professional cooks or anything along those lines, so make sure you follow proper food handling procedures and all those sorts of things. We got a couple different cutting boards. The biggest thing we're going to try and do at first here is get everything organized ahead of time in front of us. The one thing that, you know, when we have cooking shows on TV, you know, the magic of television is put in the oven and you pull it out. We're not doing that today, but we do have the oven already heated up to temperature.
Yeah.
I timed earlier today, it was about 15 minutes to get up to temperature, so that you have to take that into account when we're doing this. The reason why we wanted to make sure we had it on beforehand is that I didn't want to end up having to put the food in the oven when it wasn't hot enough while we were filming. So. The goal was that it was already set and ready to go. There's a couple, based on what was available at the grocery store, we've had to substitute a couple things, particularly with our chicken, because I forgot to buy chicken for this video for today, so we had to scramble this today to get that. So thank you, Medina, for running to the grocery store. And so why don't we get started? So one of the first things, I already got our cutting boards out, I got a knife, we might need some more utensils as we go along, but we need some measuring cups. We got our pans, and we're going to put some parchment paper down on the and we need some cutting bowls. So we have to do all the work.
Okay.
All right, as part of this challenge. So, all right.
Okay. Hold on. Should we show like a 30-minute on the phone timer that we're starting?
Well, I'm gonna put it on the video.
Oh, right. Okay.
It should pop up as soon as we say go. It'll be on the thing.
So,
are you ready?
Mentally. Sure.
All right. So Kelsey's going to be sort of she'll be directing us.
Yeah.
And then Shelby and I are going to be doing the actual chopping and cooking and whatnot. Right.
Okay.
And then Medina will add some fun little some fun little behind the scenes and questions that you might as it might pop up. So okay, on your marks. You don't know where everything is, so
absolutely.
All right, on your marks, get set, go.
I'm assuming the bowls are over here.
No, they're by Kelsey actually. Just some silver.
In case anybody's wondering, Nick is losing.
Losing? I'm cleaning up after you.
Yeah, good. I don't know if this looks very appetizing. I think my garlic's a little chunky.
Alright, so is mine.
Chunky garlic. You would definitely eat mine over Nick. See, but look, Nick's looks good. Where's your lemon?
I put on. So you say like just put the lemon on, or do you want to spray the lemon all over?
Nestle sliced lemons around the sheet pan.
some sliced lemons. That's really fun.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so fun to have.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Do 2 of those. Yeah, do a little bit more. So that I think it brings up a good point. You know, like you're a no diet dietitian, right? Sort of your philosophy.
Yep.
And so like one of the things when we have athletes or individuals, whether it be they're trying to lose weight or weight management, they're trying to perform better, and everybody starts to they measure, they're weighing everything, they get so fixated on the rigidity of their meals. And really, is it that important? Does it have to be that rigid, or do we need that kind of specificity when we're trying to do things?
Yeah, I would say so for certain things you definitely do, because especially with a lot of different athletes, like there is almost like this ideal body type for optimal performance. What's really important though is just not to get in this mindset of like just not to let it take over your life to the point where you're forming like disordered eating habits, or you're getting anxious if you're not following your routine. Like if you're to the point where you step out of your diet plan and you're an athlete and that makes you anxious or it makes you feel guilty, then that's where you start to have problems for sure. Yeah.
Excellent. Because I think you get so worried about things, if we're a little bit off here or there, and the big scheme of things in a week or in a month, it should all balance out.
Yeah,
with a well balanced meal plan and things along those lines.
Lots of dairy.
How do you feel about dairy being cut out of the food guide?
It's not cut out of the food guide.
not?
It's not. So what they did was they removed the 4 food groups, and what they did is, so you know how it's like a picture of a plate now? So essentially that's called like the healthy plate model, and what it used to be was just like this circle, and it would say in words like vegetables and fruit, like for half the plate. A quarter of the plate it would say in words like, I don't know, protein, and then a quarter of the plate would say like grain products. So now what they've done is they've just put pictures of real foods on there. So you have like pictures of real foods, real vegetables and fruit, like taking up half your plate, real protein sources taking up a quarter of your plate, and real, they call it whole grains now, taking up a quarter of your plate. So they didn't necessarily like remove dairy products, they just combined it. They combined the meat and alternatives and the milk and alternatives, and they combined it into one thing called protein sources. So it's not that they've like removed it, it's still there, it's just like considered a protein.
So for the general population, what sort of, in your perspective, what do you think is better about this new Canada Food Guide compared to what was there before?
What I really like is that it's more about proportions of food and not so much like serving size or like numbers of servings, because the old food guide, they had like a certain number of servings of vegetables and fruit, a certain number of grain products, and all this stuff that you were like, that they recommend you would have, and that recommendation is based on your age and gender, which is such a, and it's like a broad range. Like I feel like
it's like BMI, there's so many, such a big,
and it's just, it was so broad. Like there's no way in a million years, like I'm a small person, there's no way I would ever meet all of my food guide servings if I followed Canada's food guide. And some people, if you're like really tall or if you're an athlete, like you're gonna need way more than that. And of course that's a specialized population, so of course they do anyways. But even just for the general population, it's just, I thought it was too broad. So with this, it tells you kind of how to portion out your plate, in kind of like the healthiest ways. So making sure that you're getting a lot of vegetables and fruit on your plate, and you're getting about equal amounts of protein and carbs. So
Garlic.
garlic, I'll have it.
I eat a whole piece
I was
of
just
garlic.
gonna say, she just gave me
I have a garlic roaster. You just pour a whole, put the whole clove in the thing and put some olive oil on it, and then you just turn it on, and 20 minutes later.
This one is Nick's.
It's like
That's the red one.
Good.
Mine's the green one. We're gonna see whose tastes better.
watch out for some of the dust on the floor.
If you have a shoe or a sock fluff,
How is it?
the green pepper tastes great.
I think on the one I tried, the potatoes could go a little bit longer.
Shelby's with the ends of the gun.
She said she didn't notice.
But
Maybe we cut them a little bit smaller. That's tasty though. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this newest edition of the HIP Kitchen. We'll have the recipe posted up if you watch the long version, we would appreciate your whole time. You just skip to the end as soon as now, even better. We had a lot of fun and definitely put some snippets up as we go along. So have a great day. Bye-bye.